Knock, knock. Who's there? It's VOSH. An unannounced inspection by the Virginia Occupational Safety and Health Program, known as VOSH, is something more and more Virginia public entities are experiencing. To help members prevent and reduce injuries in the workplace and ace those VOSH visits, VRSA Risk Services staff often conduct site inspections at the request of members to help them identify and remediate hazards before VOSH comes knocking. For the City of Williamsburg and Hanover County, who both recently received visits from VOSH, having VRSA conduct a site inspection helped save them thousands in potential citations, as well as helped create a safer workplace.
Doing self-assessments is critical to maintaining a good safety and risk management program. It helps you identify the gaps in your program, and it helps you address those gaps so that we find those hazards before they find our employees and cause them to be injured.
Fonda has come out many times, and what she has done is spot check some of our facilities to look at things that we maybe can do better, just to make sure that we are up to date on all of our safety protocols, and also to make sure that we are the safest we possibly can.
It was an eye-opening experience. Took maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, and walked around and pointed out some things that we could work on to get ourselves up to par or where we needed to be.
Safety is a priority, but sometimes things can get overlooked, or you don't think of little things, and having her come in and kind of point out a couple things like, hey, this might get checked, or hey, this kind of needs to be updated. It set us up for better success and helping the employees. That way nobody gets hurt, nobody gets injured.
Regulations change, employees change, people retiring, new people coming in. So to have that fresh set of eyes with Fonda, it's definitely eye-opening, because the same people have seen the same thing for 30 years, whether it's right or wrong. But you know what? We need to do what's right. And that's what we're trying to do better.
After performing an inspection, VRSA staff submit a written report to the member with a list of recommendations. Both took these recommendations and began implementing updates immediately.
So we got the actual written report. It was nice to kind of see, all right, we've had older pieces of equipment that we thought were fine, but realized, okay, we need to change guarding, HAZCOM labels on certain things that needed to be changed up a little bit.
The report that we got from VRSA was great, with pictures, with suggestions, with sometimes some cited codes that we could reference. In a building this old, they weren't built with as many power outlets as you need now. So you end up with more daisy chains and extension cords used as permanent fixtures and things like that. So we basically re-outfitted our electrical circuitry in both of our shops so that we don't have to do any of that. So now we have probably quadruple the amount of outlets that we had during the first walkthrough.
By remediating what they could, both entities were prepared when VOSH came knocking late last year.
Yes, that was a surprise at 9 o'clock on a Monday morning.
Car pulls up to the front gate. Leon answers the phone. So he comes to get me, and he was like, I think VOSH is here.
We kind of knew what to do. We reached out to our safety risk team.
They let me know who they were, showed me their credentials through the camera. They told me that they were here for an actual inspection. Brought them in, we came back here and we sat down. They kind of gave me, hey, this is who we are. This is what we're going to be looking for. Then we went around and they looked at things, took pictures.
It was a very positive walkthrough with VOSH. The one or two little things that they did find and point out, we were able to fix during their visit.
The inspection went very well. They came in and did an opening conference. They asked some preliminary questions, programmatic questions, quite a lot of questions around hazard communication. The inspectors were very complimentary of what they had seen. Our folks in the shop really felt energized that things went so well. It gave a validation of all the work and effort that we had put into addressing these issues before someone showed up.
It was a better experience than I was expecting. They didn't have like, I'm here to get you and write you for everything you know that we see. Going through and updating things that Fonda had actually showed us. Had we not done that and they came out here, we would have got hit for multiple violations. By having her come out and us being better prepared, we were good.
Neither entity received monetary violations, and both were able to quickly remediate any findings.
My goal, honestly, is to every 6 months bring Fonda out, whether it's playgrounds, filter plants, public workshops, to work with Fonda to better help us as a city be prepared.
It's there for your protection. It's there to let you know if you have something wrong, here's what's wrong, here's what you need to do to correct it. That way, when OSHA actually does come out, you are prepared and you don't get fined.
It was extremely beneficial, and it's absolutely worth every effort that you're putting in to have VRSA come in from the outside and do these walkthroughs, because otherwise, you may not find something that could potentially cause a severe accident to occur.
VRSA risk management staff are available to assist in performing site inspections in any work location where employees or citizens could become injured. For more information on this or any of our other services, visit www.versa.us.